Today, guys, I have everything you need to know to master Mirage as fast as possible. If you have friends who don't know everything in this video, make sure to share it with them and let's get started. Welcome to T-Spawn. This is Palace. This is Balcony, under Balcony. You have A main right here. This is Tetris. You have Sandwich, Stairs, Connector, Jungle, Triple Box, Default, and Firebox. This is Ticket Booth, and then this is CT. We have Murder Hole, aka Vent, which leads to Window. You can make this jump right here into Ladder Room. And then you have Catwalk, Mid. This right here is Chair, Top Mid. If they're down here, you can just say Bottom Mid. This is Underpass, and it leads to Back Apps. This is TV Room. And then over here, this is Apps. All right, then you have Van, Bench, B-Site. You have Arches. If someone's playing right here, this is called Get Right. And that's pretty much all the callouts you need to know on Mirage. All right, so first set of smokes. Aim for the same spot, but aim a little bit above the door. Hold D and jump throw. And it's a really good way to smoke off Window right off the bat. However, keep in mind, though, that if they hop up here, they can spam and get info. So just keep that in mind. If you want to take the A site, you need to know these three smokes. So the first one, walk right here, aim right here, and jump throw. Hop up here. You see where this wall and this thing meet. You want to aim a little bit above it and aim for the center. And that's a really easy way to smoke off stairs. Walk right here into the center of this, crouch, and then aim right here. So you have the CT smoke blocking off that angle, and then you have the stair smoke and jungle smoke. Keep in mind, though, that there can be a little bit of a gap right here. So if you are going to cross from default to triple, you got to do it quick. Don't just stand right here because you're kind of out in the open. Little bonus smoke. If you're stuck in Tetris, you can just aim for the center of this and throw. And it's a super easy way to just smoke off jungle. All right, moving on to the other side of the map. Have your teammates drop you a couple smokes. Stand right here. You want to aim right here and jump throw. So this one is really easy to mess up. It's kind of like a pixel one, but you have to aim for the exact corner and throw. Look right here and jump throw. So it'll smoke off cat as well as door and window. Basically, it blocks off so many of the angles, so you can just take sight and have less to worry about. On the flip side, on CT side, this is a really good smoke you want to know. So walk around here, and then you want to aim basically right here and running throw. And then you can grab yourself a molly and kind of throw it like so. Don't throw it as far, but pretty much you just want this kind of setup. So you smoke them off, and if they do decide to push it, they'll start burning. So it's a really good way to hold them back at the beginning of the round. This is a mistake I see all the time. Basically, just don't throw a smoke that blocks off this window completely because it allows them to sneak up to this window, or they can even get all the way up to door. Instead, what you want to do is you want to try to get into this position, aim for the top of the wall. Doesn't really matter where, as long as it's kind of lined up like so, and then throw. This one is a lot deeper, and it'll allow you to actually get deeper apps control. So once you throw the smoke, you can push up, throw a somewhat deep nade, and then you can clear it, or you can just get stuck in this corner right here and just wait for them to get aggressive. Now I'll show you guys how to default. Basically, you want 2B, 1 mid, and 2A. So person number 1 and 2, they head over here. One person kind of chills on site. They can also play apps and just jump peek it, kind of like so. Keep in mind, though, that if you're jump peeking and you're not careful about it, you can get one tapped. Actually, they did get rid of the spot because in CSGO, you used to be able to jump peek. In CSGO, if you held this angle, you could actually see a little sliver gap all the way onto site. But now they actually changed things a little bit. So now you can't get a deep enough angle. So the only way to actually clear it is to push up all the way. And this obviously makes it a lot harder on the T side to take it. And on the flip side, you actually can't do the jump peek anymore. You can only really get info that they're in apps if they either push it. So obviously the apps player, if he has an op, you can jump up here really quickly, do some like parkour to get up here, and then hold this angle. And then this way you can kind of hold if they decide to push it, or if they decide to go underpass, you can hold this angle. And this can be super powerful. I've seen Zywo use this a lot, and yeah, it's a really, really good angle. And now that's pretty much the only way to get deep apps control right off the bat. One of the B players has to break the vents for the window player. If you're playing window, a really good way to do it is to hop up here with an op, or you can just kind of play the window like so. Or you can even cross all the way around and hope that they don't check it. But if you're stuck over here, unless you have a smoke, there's not too much you can do. And then as for the 2A players, so you can kind of have one person playing site, and then another person can play over by con/stairs. So at the beginning of the round, you can get a little aggressive with the op. A good way to do it is to flash yourself off, grab yourself a nade, and then nade right here and then run back. And then this way you can do a little bit of damage, but it's not guaranteed, of course. And then the on-site player, you can even hop up all the way into Palace at the beginning of the round, but just be careful because it's really easy to get picked off. And if they decide to push out A main, you're kind of in a sticky situation. So, you know, obviously a lot of this stuff is situational. They actually got rid of this jump right here. You can't jump up on top of triple box anymore. The only way to get up now is to jump up on top of default, and then you can jump over. But keep in mind that this angle is only good if you know the last guy is CT, and if they're playing up close, you can't really do anything to get into the right position. Another thing Valve ruined is this jump right here. you can no longer hop up on top of this thing. Pretty much the only way to get up here is to get boosted by your teammate. This angle is way more powerful than it used to be. So yeah, if you can get up here, then you have a super strong power position. And chances are people probably won't check for it anymore. It's very sad to see those jumps go, but I mean, I guess Valve just wants to switch up the meta. Obviously, of course, you can also make this jump right here. And you guys probably already know about this jump too. You can jump up to ladder room really quickly. And this is especially good if you're in a retake scenario. Of course, I already showed this one earlier. This is a super good way to get into palace as quickly as possible. But if you can get into this spot with an op, then you actually have a really good chance to get a pick, because obviously there are some people who do run up all the way and they jump at the very last second, and that is a good way to counter it. But if they just start walking around here, by the time they get here, you have a really good chance to actually pick them off. And chances are they aren't really going to check it. But if they do get past and they're going to peek from this angle, I would highly recommend just to run back. Maybe you can hold this for a second, but just get out of there, because like I said before, if they push out A main, you are in kind of a sticky situation. If you throw a flash like this, it's not really going to be that effective. So if you are going to flash your teammates out apps, I would recommend to jump throw and try to throw as far as you can. For flashing your teammates out A, you can obviously do kind of a similar thing, throw it as far as possible. But once your teammates get to a certain point, like once they get like right here, you'll flash them. So make sure to have the right timing, or you can do more of a shallow flash. Keep in mind though, that if it's shallow, it won't travel far enough. That's the thing about flashes. If they're super far away from the enemies, they're not going to be nearly as effective as if they're a lot closer. For example, this is a deeper flash. Yeah, it definitely does a much better job of flashing the guy CT, even over by stairs. Like, there's a really good chance you can flash him. So just in general, you want to throw flashes where they'll actually be effective. And now I'll show you guys all the best places to plant. So this is kind of a risky spot to plant because you're open to CT. You're open to connector if they decide to wide peek it. So I wouldn't really recommend that. This is generally considered the default plant spot, but you need to make sure that you have a teammate with CT control. This is just not a good place to plant. Right here behind triple, if you plant right here, it is really easy to get wall banged. So if you are going to plant back here, this is probably a better place to do it. If you know the last guy is CT, you can actually plant right here. This is a pretty powerful spot, but just keep in mind though that the enemies can actually spam you through this part of the box, so it's not super guaranteed that you'll get it. Over on the B site though, this is considered default. This is one of the best places to plant. It's pretty much safe from market as well as cat. If there is an enemy playing behind this pillar, it's really easy to deny it, so you need to have full site control before you go for it. This plant right here is kind of not that smart because you're super open to window. This spot can be okay. It just depends on where you want to play at the end of the round. But if you plant it right here, it's really hard to defend if the enemies end up taking the site back. So I would highly recommend against it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you learned something new, make sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that I missed. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck playing Mirage. Hope you get more wins. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's Turbo and I'm out. Peace.